Hello, welcome back. We are going to go over it should actually be 1, measures of central tendency. Let me fix that really quick. It's 9.1. First, we're going to start off with some vocab. For the measure of central tendency, what that is, it's just one number trying to describe an entire set of data using the middle or a central value. So we have the very most common one that we use, which is the mean or the average. And we're going to calculate that by adding together all the values and then dividing by the total number of values. The median is the middle number. I also like to think of it as like a road. The median in the road, it's a middle divider. And this is when it's in numerical order. So we calculate that. We're going to list the numbers least to greatest and then just count in to find the middle. If there is no one middle number, if you don't have an odd number of data points, then what you're going to do is add the two middle together and divide it. So if there are 2 middle points, then you're going to find the average of those 2 points. We also have the mode, which is just the number that appears most often. So MO, most often, MO, mode. How to calculate, I think, is pretty clear. You just find the one that's appears the most often. It does help to put in numerical order, least to greatest. You can more clearly see it. And then the range, it's the difference between the lowest and highest values. And remember, difference is the answer to a subtraction problem. And we're going to subtract, that's how you calculate it, the lowest from the highest. Let's do an example here. So we want to find the mean, median, mode, and actually range as well of the following data set. So for the mean, we're going to add these all up together. Five plus 7 plus 3 plus 6 plus 8 plus 5 plus 4 plus 15. And then we're going to divide by how many there are. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to divide that number that we get by 8. And when we do that, we will get 6.625. All right, and then for the median, we're going to list these in numerical order. So we'll start with the smallest. So we've got a 3, 4, 5, 5. We had to list them both because they both are there. 6, 7, 8, and 15. And then we want to find the middle value. So we'll just kind of cross them off. And we have 2 left, so the average of 5 and 6 is going to be 5.5. Halfway between 5 and 6. The mode is the most often. The only number that appears twice here is 5, so 5 is the mode. It's the most often. And then for the range, we take the largest value, which is 15, and subtract the smallest, which is 3, and our range here is going to be 12. That's how we calculate the measures of central tendency. We also have to be able to find the missing value when we're given a mean. So this would be helpful if you want to make sure you get a certain percentage in a class, or to know what you need to score on the next quiz, like what this example will be. And it's a little different to calculate. It's still not too bad. So when you do this, you are going to still add them all to get all the values together. You're going to include x, or the missing value, and then you're going to multiply both sides by the number of values, then solve for x. So basically you're going to set it up and then solve for x like you would when we were doing equations. It's going to be a lot easier, I think, if you just kind of follow along and look at this example. The example says that Yasmin has earned the following grades on her science tests: 97, 84, 88, and 87. What is the minimum grade that she must get on the last test, so we need one more, in order to have an average of a 90? So we're going to set it up like we normally would. We've got 97 plus 84 plus 88 plus 87 plus x, because this last test we don't know, divided by, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values. And we want that to equal an average of 90. We know we want it to equal 90. So now what we have to do is solve for that x and see what that x is. We're going to undo this division by multiplication. We'll divide both sides by 5. So these ones go away. This should kind of come back to you a little bit. If not, it's okay. And I do have videos on YouTube of how to do this if we need a refresher. So we have 97 plus 84 plus 88 plus 87 plus x equals 450. I'm going to simplify here. I'm going to add all these values together that I can. It's going to give us 356 plus x, because we don't know that one, it's going to equal 450. We want x alone, so we're going to subtract 356 from both sides. Those go away. We end up with, I'm going to move over here, we have x equals 450 minus 356, which is 94. So she needs to get a 94 on her last test to have an average of 90. So you're still setting it up the exact same way, and then you're just solving for that x. There might be some questions like that on your OST. This particular example is actually going to be on your homework, so make sure that you understand how it goes, and you should be good to go. Please reach out to me if you have any questions, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.